As a child, camping was a common vacation for my family. It involved packing up the big blue Suburban, pitching tents, hiking through nature, and constantly smelling like a campfire. We would go days on end cooking our own food, not taking any showers, and falling asleep to the sounds of the night. Stumbling upon the 16mm footage and old family photos reminded me of what camping used to be. Since then, camping has evolved into something different.
Our clientele definitely attracts more RV campers just because of the facilities that we offer. We have an indoor pool with a sauna, a spa, fitness center. We have an indoor recreation lodge that's it's about 20,000 square feet with an adult and activities loft. As I mentioned, we have the dog park, so we're attracting a lot of people that have pets, so the activities just are kind of endless. It was interesting because this winter we had cut back our staff and I had been taking reservations, and it's always surprising to me because we would have a lot of people who insisted upon having 50 amps because they need to run their washer dryer, their dishwasher, their TVs, however many they have, and they would need to have their cable TV, so they would need cable hookups, and then septic and water.
Our last one was an Allegro bus, and it did not, the slides didn't go out. Was it one slide or two on that? There was just one slide on one side. So it was very, very difficult to move around the bedroom. So I said definitely this time 2 slides where we could move around the bedroom freely without having to jump over it. That was number one. Number 2 was a separate toilet and sink, because in a lot of the motorhomes, units are set up whereas there's a shower with the toilet and the sink right in the same area. We have underneath here, this is where the burners are, the gas burners. They have these over for more working space. So that's your gas stove. And then this is, I don't have a gas oven, this is a convection microwave. And the mix, which is awesome. It works very well, and I love it. I don't even have one in my house. We started with the tent, went to the small pull trailer. What was it, 20 some odd feet? Yeah. And then from there we went to
Class A motorhome, you know, and that's really just kind of how it naturally has evolved for a lot of our guests. I mean, this is what you would call a Class A RV. What they typically have, these are called slides, how they are pushed out on the side. Some of the brand newer ones actually have full slides, so instead of being, you know, too independent on either side, the whole side of the RV actually comes out. But everything, like on these RVs, like you see that brown one over there, it's kind of hard to see because it's a little fogged out. They have like all these storage areas on the bottom, and a lot of times they'll have exterior plasmas as well as inside. So pretty much the newer, more expensive models have 3 TVs, one in the bedroom, one in the front, and then one outside. So when you're having a campfire, you can watch TV as well.
I think some people can look at it 2 different ways. You know, you're either, you know, some people go camping just to kind of be outside, and then some people use camping or, you know, sleeping in a tent as a means to do other activities outside. Growing up, essentially, I started camping in my backyard. My dad would set up the tent behind the house, and my sister and I would jump in, and then my mom would come and we'd build a fire. Whether it was just us or it was friends of ours, you know, it was just about being out there, even though it was just in the backyard, but we were all together. And then my parents would go in the house, and my sister and I would spend the night in the tent.
With children, do you think that it's important that at some point in their life they should be, you know, maybe earlier on, they should be introduced to tent camping first and then having the luxury of going to an RV?
I do. I think they should experience that.
Yeah.
And just see I shouldn't say real camping, what camping is like and how it used to always be, and then, eventually if they were lucky enough to move into something, a little higher end, that's great, but still they appreciate the aspect of camping, which is a family thing, and you cook outside and you do all the fun things, and there isn't electricity, they sit by the fire, and yeah, absolutely. A lot of people think that this isn't called camping, but it depends on how you look at it and what you do. Tenting, yes, is camping, because you're out and you're roughing it, you're doing everything, from tent up, and your own utensils, your own everything. And we still keep that whole thing, and a lot of times we like going camping where there aren't any hookups. So basically it's like camping without the technology, we do run off our generator, but we still do that a lot. We don't need all the technology. It's just nice having like a nice bed and this and that, and people joke all the time, but it's still, I think, camping.
No matter how you get outdoors, I think if you're outdoors, I think it's great, and maybe if it takes an RV, I wouldn't necessarily say that they're experiencing everything there is to the fullest, but I think to a degree that they are, they are experiencing something that might be new for them. Maybe it takes a progression. Not everyone wants to, is willing to give up those liberties. And I think if someone were to give up those conveniences and those pleasures, they'd find the reward in giving them up. Even if it's for a night.